好可爱哦！你叫什么名字？为什么？费格教授，我的行程原本就已经排得够满了，结果魔法部又指派我负责打点霍格华兹新同学的事，这有点不方便。对方居然是5年级生，你敢相信吗？卫斯理教授坚持对方需要我们护送，还需要有导师在学期开始前协助对方适应环境。我把这份工作指派给你，详细的情况请咨询卫斯理教授、校长。作为布莱克教授，是不是对我有什么意见？嗨，教授，不小心按到翻滚。
Professor, I'm glad to see you.
And I you. Thank Merlin you're in one piece. I heard about the attack. Trolls in Hogsmeade?
Sir, the trolls were wearing armor. It had that dark glow like the dragon collar.
Goblin silver. Ranrock used it to control the dragon. But how? And why send trolls to?
They were there because of me. I overheard Ranrock talking with Victor Rookwood.
Ranrock was in Hogsmeade with Rookwood.
The trolls were Ranrock's distraction so that Rookwood could get to me, and he would have had Sirona and the patrons at the Three Broomsticks not intervened.
This is grave news indeed. If Ranrock's goblins and dark wizards are after you, they want what we found in that vault.
先生，关于妖精跟古兰格的事。
Speaking of the vault, do you think that Ranrock is working with any of the goblins at Gringotts?
I do not. Gringotts goblins aren't typically the friendliest of beings, but they have a great deal of integrity. No, I dare say after what happened to that poor banker, the goblins at Gringotts are no followers of Ranrock. 兰洛克和洛伍克想要小儿子。
The locket. You said you discovered something in it.
Yes. I discovered an inscription. When I read it aloud, this map appeared. Clever enchantment. It's a map of Hogwarts, to be sure, but I do not know where it leads.
It leads to the library. The restricted section, to be precise, and a bit beyond. I see traces of magic there on the map.
I suspected you would see something.
Shall we go?
I appreciate your enthusiasm, and I'm eager to discover what we may find there as well. But if our experience at Gringotts, let alone what happened to Miriam, taught me anything, it's that the path we're on is terribly dangerous. I'd like you to work with Professor Hecat a bit before we continue.
But sir, how dangerous could the library be? Perhaps we're only after a book.
Perhaps we are only after a book, but we should be prepared for anything. Once you've honed your defensive magic further, come and see me.
好，
I'll let Professor Hecat know to expect you.
好，教授，我要等待，好吧？从天黑等到天亮，再从天亮等到天黑。
Ah, there you are.
Hello, sir. You'll be pleased to know that I worked on my defensive magic with Professor Hecat.
So I hear. She tells me you've taken rather well to your new wand. You must continue to work with her and your other professors to improve your skills. That said, I don't wish to postpone our visit to the library any longer. So, shall we proceed?
Fig, I have work for you. Come.
Headmaster, I'm with a student and my schedule
Your schedule will wait indefinitely, as will your student. I would think that after all the trouble you caused me with Osric, you'd be eager to make amends. My office, 5 minutes.
哇，校长看起来这么机车。
That man is exasperating. Unfortunately, our trip to the restricted section will have to wait a bit longer.
But Professor...
We have no choice. It would be unwise to provoke our illustrious headmaster further. I shall find you when I've completed whatever toils I must endure.
向势力低头。还要去找塞巴斯蒂安。塞巴斯蒂安现在人在哪里？我要去跟他解释发生什么事就对了。我现在跟他是好麻吉就对了。
Sebastian mentioned sneaking into the restricted section.
原来是要利用人家。你在这里啊？哎。
Sebastian, there you are.
There you are. You promised me an explanation for what happened in the Three Broomsticks. Not many students have Victor Rookwood's attention. What was that all about?
我跟兰洛克有关。我其实不是十分确定，应该是跟兰洛克有关吧。
Seems he's working with Ranrock, and Ranrock is after something I found at Gringotts.
Ranrock? And when were you at Gringotts?
Professor Fig and I ended up there after the dragon attack. It's quite the tale. Fig had this portkey.
A portkey? To Gringotts? I'm not sure I follow.
I barely follow myself, and I was there.
全招了
Anyway,
是不
we
是？
ended up in an ancient vault where we found a map. That map leads to the restricted section. You can't be serious. Deadly serious. Professor Fig has insisted that I not tell a soul about any of this. I've
那你
probably
还
said
全
too
招？
much.
Understood. Your secret's safe with me.
你最好要给我守秘密
Whatever
哦。
it is.
Thank you, Sebastian. You mentioned being clever enough not to get caught in the restricted section.
And I am. Meet me outside the library tonight. And tell no one.
今晚见。我们被抓到怎么办？图书管理员的问题怎么处理？
How concerned should I be about the librarian?
Madam Scribner doesn't take kindly to clandestine activities taking place amongst her precious books. So do all that you can to avoid her. She and I have had our entanglements, but I can hold my own against her. You may not be so lucky.
啊？啊？你跟他有爱恨纠葛？他年纪很大吧？我记得。
What will happen if we're caught in the restricted section?
Detention, no doubt. But a word of caution or two will help. For one, avoid Peeves the poltergeist. Aside from wanton destruction of property, he loves nothing more than telling on the likes of us.
好吧，
Thank you,
意思是说
Sebastian.
我要
I'll meet you later.
利用那个皮皮鬼就对了。啊，自动传送是不是？哇，好哦。话说我有买隐形药，
See there? That's the door we need to reach. And those annoying prefects would love nothing more than to rat on us to Scribner, so don't let them see us. Understood?
I can
That's
be
not bad.
sneaky. Let's go.
Hold on now. There's a spell you should know. The Disillusionment Charm. Good for getting places you're not supposed to be. Cast it and you'll appear as little more than a trick of the light, just as long as you keep your distance and stay quiet.
You mean I'll actually be able to turn invisible?
Something like that. It's not as foolproof as a cloak, but those are expensive. And spells are free.
很实际，
Give it a try.
所以我要在这里，然后用这个是不是？
Must remain unseen. Blast. The librarian's still here. Quick, behind the bookcase.
这里是不是？
You told me the librarian would be gone by now.
哦，
I
进
said
入进去。
usually, but it'll still be all right. Do you see her desk behind me? The key is in the drawer of that desk. Now, here's what we're going to do.
这样你没有
I'll
看到？
create a distraction to draw her away. You focus on getting the key. I'll meet you outside of the restricted section.
为什么需要钥匙？
Wait, why do we need a key? Isn't there a spell for this?
Aloha Mora. That's how I always used to get in. But the librarian twigged that I knew the spell and cast an
在他之前可以先
anti-Aloha
教
Mora
我怎么开锁
charm
吗？
lock. So now it's just this key. But don't worry. I said I'd get you in, and I always keep my word.
That wasn't so difficult after all. Now to find that book.
这么大声，大姐没有听到吗？
Should be in the clip. No need for us to be skulking about.
吕离，
So what is it you've been looking for?
I'm looking for a cure to help my twin sister, Anne, so that she can return to Hogwarts.
嗯，
Because Merlin knows everyone else has given up.
Why do you think you'll find a cure in the restricted section? Does the Hogwarts matron have nothing that can help Anne?
No! We've tried everyone from Nurse Blaney to St. Mungo's. But I can research on my own. No need to concern yourself with that right now. Let's focus on what you're after. Which is what, precisely?
我也不知
I'll
道
know，it when I see it.
真的
You're
吗？
being awfully cryptic.
是这个吗？
Who have we here? Sebastian Solo and his new little friend. Out exploring where they shouldn't be. Naughty, naughty. You'll get caughty.
Peeves, don't
I'm
you...
going to tell.
这应该是剧情吧？
I'm going to tell.
Oh, blasted Peeves! I've got to stop him, or at least get to the librarian with a good excuse for all of this.
我能够信任你吗？别惹上麻烦。那怎么办？我两个都不想选呢。
How do I know you won't go to the librarian and blame this all on me?
Why would I do that? I like having friends who are in my debt. Now go. Good luck in your search.
这游戏有好感度
Now,
吗？
where has that damned poltergeist got to?
Repair it. Of course, traces of ancient magic. There must be more to this run.
我觉得好可怕哦。
Incendio.
可不能点火，好可怕哦！这音效好讨厌哦。
That's it. Where might this lead?
雅典娜神殿神庙，
Not surprising. Guards at the ready.
好，好，好险哦，也没有到好险呐、感觉也是一场苦战。
It is a book after all. Revelio.
他去，他流资哎，哈，我又要埋进去，感觉就太高哎。这是哪里？火米村吗？No water。不少啊。怎么这个小女孩有什么特别的故事吗？会以后跟这个老头有什么难分难舍吗？是那个小女孩吗？
You wanted to see me? Headmistress Fitzgerald, Professor Rackham.
Miss Isadora Morganach, welcome.
Professor Rookwood, Professor Bakar.
We understand that you are adjusting well to life at Hogwarts.
I am.
I am glad. Especially in light of your unusual situation, starting as a 5th year.
As it happens, I was also admitted to Hogwarts as a 5th year. I've never heard of another like us.
Miss Morganock, when we spoke yesterday after class, you asked about the beautiful swirls you saw years ago when we visited your hamlet.
I recognized you all immediately. I cannot thank you enough for what you did.
We were glad to help.
And yes, I did see swirls of magic everywhere that day. My father insists it was my imagination running wild, but it was certainly real to me.
It was not your imagination.
Percival, Professor Rackham can see them too. But we've never known of another who could.
I don't understand. What are they?
The whispers or traces that appear when a particular form of ancient magic is wielded.
Ancient magic?
Few are capable of wielding it. Hogwarts itself is a stronghold of ancient magic.
So if I can see traces of ancient magic, does that mean I can wield it too?
With the proper training.
But let us not get ahead of ourselves, Miss Morganock.
Before I can train you to wield such magic, you must first master all that Hogwarts has to offer.
A magic this powerful can do great harm in the wrong hands. It must be wielded by a select few. As such, we ask that you not speak to anyone about what we have discussed here today.
很暗爽。对，意思是说我现在也是会古代魔法的某特殊人种就对了。
Sebastian.
嗨。
Sneaking in the restricted section again! I had thought we were through with this mischief. Clearly detentions are insufficient. I'm afraid I must take this to the headmaster.
But that being said, Peeves informs me that you didn't come alone tonight. If someone has coerced you, I would have you tell me. You're a bright boy.
Bright boy.
Don't waste this.
There was nobody else. I came alone.
哇，好兄弟。
Oh, Sebastian. What will your uncle say?
怎么办？他既然这么好兄弟，这么挺，我就一定要帮他啊！讲到这个，我就想到我听到低语声是因为我会古代魔法的意思就对了。典籍与苦难。
You cannot be serious. Goblins working with Rookwood makes no sense.
It is rather unorthodox, to say the least.
Unorthodox? It's inconceivable. It's... Ah, Fig. You have a visitor. I'll see what I can find out.
Wow.
Sir, I was able to search the restricted section while you were with Professor Black. It was a book we were after.
What? That's... Wait. You accessed the restricted section? But how? Thinking on it, perhaps it's best you spare me the details.
Fair enough. In fact, the book was below the restricted section as it appeared on the map.
I want to hear everything. First, let's have a look. Oh dear. Some of these pages seem to be missing. It appears someone has got to the book before us.
那怎么办？
Still, I will need time to study what remains. Perhaps we can still salvage something useful, though it may take some time. I wonder why it was here, below Hogwarts.
I think I know, sir. I saw 2 more memories where I found the book.
Another pensive. Godric's heart.
The man we saw before, Percival Rackham, was a professor here. The first memory showed him and 3 other professors using ancient magic to restore a hamlet from a drought.
Miriam was right. And the second memory?
They were talking to a student who started as a 5th year, like I did. She could see traces of magic too.
Why those memories? Perhaps this book will explain. I'll have to take it with me to London. The headmaster has insisted that I speak directly to the minister about George's death.
又局又谁？你怎么跟你会怎么跟对方说
What will you tell them about Mr. Osric's death?
I don't know how much I dare
哦，是一
say.
开始那个胖子是不是？
George tried to convince the ministry about Ranrock, but to no avail. My instinct is to follow the path we are on for the moment and keep the details to ourselves until we know more.
嗯，
I understand. I'll see what I can learn about the missing pages while you're gone.
Good. Don't neglect your studies. Your wand work is improving by the day. But you'll want to pay attention in herbology and potions. There's more to magic than spellcasting.
Plenty to keep me occupied while you're gone.
You've done exceptionally well. I look forward to seeing all that you've accomplished when I return.
那怎么办？塞巴斯蒂亚
And
怎么
don't
办？
neglect your friends. You may be surprised by how much you can learn from them as well.
啊，那塞巴斯蒂安怎么办？我们又要管他了吗？加利克教授，你真贴心，而且还记得草莓是我的最爱，它们的味道很甜，难怪麻瓜会对它如此爱不释手。你栽培出来的作物品质似乎很好，不论是苦根还是浆果。希望我亲爱的子女在你的照顾下也能学会这种能力。李诺拉很仰慕你，我相信你的众多学生也一样。哦，来吧，上课啦！卡成这样，我天哪！嗯，那是塞巴斯蒂亚吗？
Professor Garlick. How wonderful it is to see you again, Lenora dear. Oh, here. You'll need these for today's class. A little treat for your auntie. Ah, hello. Class, please welcome the newest rose in our garden. We do look forward to growing together. How thrilling it is to have everyone back together again. This year will be filled with enchantment and excitement, but the most important thing cultivated in herbology is knowledge. The prudent herbologist is no more afraid of the venomous tentacula than the bouncing bulb. Now then, today we will be acquainting ourselves with the mellifluous tuber known as the mandrake root.
看来很危险。
Accio. Let's see if we can't make our fibrous friends a bit more comfortable, shall we? First, let's protect our ears. Now, everyone, grip the mandrake by the tendrils and give it a firm
这样不是还是听得到吗？哇！ 什么？看不懂。
The soil should envelop the root like a warm, dirty blanket, putting the mandrake right at ease.
都聋了啦，怎么办？
Reparo! I'm very sorry about that. Yours was a bit mature, I'm afraid. All right then, off you go.
老师，你到底专不专业啊？
Everyone.
I do wonder about Professor Fig. He's hardly ever in his classroom. Most strange.
啊，不能跟这个是塞巴斯蒂安吧？我没有认错吧？我有点脸盲哎。教授。
Yes, Professor.
Firstly, well done with your mandrake. They can be rather difficult to get a grasp of.
差点聋了。
I'll say. Nearly went deaf.
Well, yes. Of course, the cry of a mature mandragora can be fatal, so remember to keep those ears protected.
不，老师，
Now,
我要
as I
讲的不是这个。
mentioned, Next, we'll be planting dittany. Let us find you some seeds.
I already have some, Professor. Picked them up in Hogsmeade.
You visited the magic Neep. Wonderful. Wonderful! A prepared student is bound to bloom. I've arranged for you to have your own potting table here in the classroom. Wasn't easy to spare one on such late notice. Plant the seeds there now, and you can return to harvest them later. Even with soil, sunlight, and a bit of magic, they will take time to grow.
Let's see how to balance my star thistle arrangement.
Well done! Once it can be harvested, your Dittany will be ready to use in Wiggenweld potion. I'll let Professor Sharp tell you about that. Now, what say we branch out?
Yeah.
Introduce you to a different sort of flora, the Chinese chomping cabbage. You'll find that some plants are better suited to uses outside of a cauldron. The cabbages do get testy without something to chew. Fortunately, I have a dummy for them to gnaw on. Be a dear, and let them have a good chomping.
Yes, Professor.
They're in the other greenhouse. It's just at the end of the footbridge leading out of this room. Your classmate, Mr. Pruitt, has kindly offered to accompany you. Come back and see me when you're finished. Oh, and mind your fingers. They do bite.
Hello. Saw you on your way to Hogsmeade the other day.
是你哦。
Nice to meet you. I'm Leander. I'll be showing you the Chinese chomping cabbages. Up these stairs will take us there. But your lead. Nice work in Defense Against the Dark Arts, by the way.
哇，大家都在偷偷注意我。
Your duel with Sebastian. And he's good. Thinks he's really good. But you outright slaughtered him. It was brilliant.
Oh. Well, thank you.
I nearly put Sebastian in his place myself.
干嘛这样？
I mean, I would have, if Hecate hadn't stopped me.
Didn't she stop that dragon skull from crushing you?
Typical Slytherin trick, dropping a dragon skull on someone during a fight. We Gryffindors fight with honor. And, Ravenclaws too. At least you did.
不要，我劝你不要讲塞巴斯蒂安的坏话哦。他现在是我的好妈鸡，是这样吗？
Look at that. They'll chomp on anything they can get their mouths on. Mum planted some in her garden last year to keep the gnomes out. Did save her the de-gnoming, but they left her honking daffodils in tatters. Vicious little bastards, aren't they? My kind of plants. Not like stupid booba tubers and bouncing bulbs. The kind of plants that just have your back in a fight. Not saying you can't go it alone, but... Well, imagine that wasn't a dummy.
确实，但那只是个假设。我已经开始想象了。我想他们应该派上用
I
场吧。
suppose they could prove useful outside of the greenhouse. Nothing wrong with a bit of backup.
对啊，就算是橄
even
榄
if
也
it
一
is
样。
from a cabbage.
It's chaos out there. Trolls in Hogsmeade and such. You can't be above throwing a cruciferous vegetable if necessary. Dogweed and deathcap has more of them, if you're keen. Other plants too. Ones your parents wouldn't plant in the garden. You get the idea. Anyway, we probably ought to head back to class. Take your time. I'll see you back in class.
Oh.
I tended to the Chinese chomping cabbages, Professor.
Remarkable plants, aren't they? I hope they weren't too much trouble. Oh, don't see any bite marks or missing digits. And good, as you do seem to be quite green-fingered. Oh, I'm eager to see your skill in the soil continue to blossom.
我也是，植物有很多功用。
Magical plants have so much to offer.
对，
I'm eager
技
to
多不
learn
压
more.
身。
I'm glad. Herbology is a bounteous subject. Tend to your garden, and it will tend to you. Huh. Well, I suppose that's everything. Do come by for a chat sometime. I so enjoy checking in with my new students.